Why do so many companies expect everyone to have a bunch of experience nowadays? Because they fucked up. Because they cared about record profits and had no loyalty to their employees. The ones who busted their ass and grinded and helped build their companies, they didn't care about them. So like, they thought their experience was basically worthless. Now every time like you apply for somewhere, they want a ton of experience because they fucked up and let the people go who had a bunch of experience. So what happens is, if you want to have a good place for people to learn and grow, young people, you need to have elder experience to be able to convey their knowledge onto the next crop of employees. But since companies want to sit here and care about record profits every quarter, and they don't care about their employees, especially big corporations, it's almost like they want to get rid of the employees that got all the experience because they make too much. Well, they make that much for a reason. But, you know, just and now they're getting to a point, like I went to a job interview, which I was well underqualified for, but they want people to have a bunch of experience already, and they're worried about some of the people about to retire, and taking all that experience with them, not teaching the youth, not teaching the next group of them, the next generation of people. And we're gonna have lots of problems keeping these systems going. I remember working at I was working at this one establishment, and so flooded out here, so loud too, so noisy, whatever, nobody watches these anyway. So I was working at this establishment, and they're having a problem teaching the next group of people like complex products. Jeez, man. Complex product, like switching over to a complex product and learning how to create this product. So what happens is, these companies don't have anyone to make these products no more, so they just stop making them because they don't have the knowledge. It's kind of like, I think, like with NASA. How comes they can't get back to the moon? How comes we got astronauts stuck in space and we can't retrieve them, and we need a private company? Because you don't have, we're so worried about companies get financially ahead that they stop caring about the people who actually do all the work. They care more about the people that don't do shit. And then you have resentment with the people who basically have all the experience and knowledge, and then they end up leaving the company because, like, their bosses suck, they're underappreciated, they're not paid well enough, so they end up leaving. They end up like, it almost feels like, they won't say this, but it almost feels like companies want to push out highly experienced people because they make too much. But then who are you pushing them out for? People that don't know how to do anything? And then you just compound the problem by having people just thrown in there that have no idea what they're doing. Man, this is crazy. Look how flooded this is. So stupid. You just compound the problem even more you know, a lot of things are gonna end up going obsolete, and we're gonna need some of this stuff probably. It's gonna cause problems. It's gonna cause problems in infrastructure. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody talks about, oh, the infrastructure. All people care about is their superficial shit. All they care about is what's on the outside. They don't care about what's on the inside. And it goes with relationships, the way people run their businesses. It's just all about how it looks pretty. I remember working at this one company where they would have like a big wig walking through, and they literally would like clean where the big wig would walk through, and like basically lead them down a path. And because if the big, you know, I never understood this. If I was a big wig, I wouldn't even say anything. I would just show up. I would just show up and see how it's ran. Like, why are you giving notice? I've said this in a video before. I remember saying something like this. Why are you giving notice to these people? Just show up. Then you can see actually how things are actually ran. No, but like, oh, the big wigs here, we got to keep everything clean and like, you know, work extremely safe, and you know, work clean, and it's a joke. It's just putting on a show. That's all it is putting on a show. And you know, how much longer can we put on a show? How much longer is this shit gonna last until like the crap rises up? It's like we're just like, in this society, whether it comes to finances or relationships, how much longer can we just like sweep stuff underneath the rug and pretend it doesn't exist until like that rug becomes a huge mountain of like dust underneath of it, and you trip over it, you know? But yeah, that's why people these companies want experience, because they fuck themselves. They fuck themselves hardcore by not taking care of the people who actually matter in their company. Not the shareholders. Yeah, the shareholders matter. But at some point when the shareholders, like, your company's already established, man. How about you stop kissing the shareholders' asses and start like kissing the people's asses who actually produce the shit for your company, who actually keep the infrastructure going? Nah, we're just gonna continue to do surface level shit, shine up a piece of shit, put lipstick on a pig. That's how our society is run. And at some point, shit's gonna hit the fan. Stuff's just gonna stop working. It's gonna be extremely expensive to fix shit, like cars now. I don't even want to have a car. I don't even want to own a car. It costs too much. It's too much for maintenance, too much for like car insurance. You know, back in the day it was cool to have a car, but not anymore. It's more of a liability to have a car. And the car prices, like a brand new truck, like some of these trucks are $140,000. Like, it's like a work truck, man. Let's go back to making regular fucking vehicles. We don't need all these bells and whistles and everything in it. Like I think that's what a company wants. If they want to do something and make money, just go back to not having all this fucking bells and whistles and just make a standard vehicle without all this computer shit.